Today we're looking at the art of seeking and offering counsel. Think of this as your absolute rapid-fire toolkit for asking for and giving advice, and doing it super effectively.
So, facing a difficult decision right now? Look, it's a completely universal problem, right? Whether it's picking a massive career path or, just trying to figure out what on earth to have for dinner, we all hit those walls where we just need some help. And listen, asking for advice, it is definitely not a sign of weakness. It's actually a really vital communication skill that helps us navigate all these complex choices we face every single day.
Now the good news is, you've got a massive variety of tools at your disposal to unlock that help from others. We're going to introduce some key expressions here. You can be super direct and just say, "I need your advice," or "What do you recommend?" Or if you want to be a bit more collaborative, you could ask, "What do you think I should do?" Or "Could you help me decide?" You can also throw out a simple, "Can you give me some advice? Do you have any suggestions?" Or "Can I get your opinion on something?" Oh, and my personal absolute favorite, because it really triggers deep empathy, try asking, "What would you do if you were me?"
But hey, this is a two-way street, right? Once you ask, people usually really want to help out. So, if you're on the giving end of the advice, you can be incredibly direct. You can say, "I think you should. If I were you, I would," or "My advice would be to." But actually, if you want to be just a little bit gentler, maybe lower their defensiveness a bit, try framing it as an option. Things like, "Why don't you? You could try. I recommend that you." Or even just, "It might be a good idea to."
All right, let's ground this in a real-world scenario. Imagine a student and they are just agonizing over picking a university major. They turn to a friend and ask, "What do you think I should do?" The friend replies, "I think you should choose a subject that interests you and offers good career opportunities." Just notice how perfectly these conversational puzzle pieces fit together. The question basically tees up the exact structure for that helpful advice.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about. Picture a colleague who's thinking about jumping ship to a new job. They ask you, "What would you do if you were me?" And the answer? Well, if I were you, I would research the new job carefully before making a decision. The symmetry there is just fantastic. Literally asking someone to step into your shoes directly prompts that "if I were you" response, making the advice feel incredibly tailored and super personal.
But let's look a little beyond just solving problems for a second. Asking for advice shows profound trust and respect. Honestly, this is the beautiful hidden benefit of this entire toolkit. Seeking counsel helps us make better choices, absolutely, for sure. But more importantly, it actively strengthens your relationships because it entirely validates the other person's lived experience. You're basically looking them in the eye and saying, "Hey, I really value your mind."
So, which brings us to our final question for this explainer. What problem do you need advice on today? I really want to challenge you right now. The very next time you hit a wall, please do not be afraid to ask for counsel. Use these actionable expressions we just went over, because sometimes just uttering a simple, well-phrased question might lead to the exact breakthrough you've been looking for. So get out there and ask. Thanks so much for learning with me today.